So let me give you a summary of the previous video. So we started out with this. So when we first started out with calculus, we've seen this and we've seen this. So when you make this angle to be the same as this angle, meaning if you make this to be x and then this is also x, then this is in effect sine 2 of x. Well, anyway, this thing here will equal this thing here. And then if you make this angle to be the same as this angle, meaning if you put x in here and you put x into here, then this whole thing here will equal this. Okay, so from here, if looking at this, if you divide both sides by 2, you will have this. Divide by 2, you will have this. So now we have a way of breaking up sine x times cos of x. So bear this in mind. We're going to use this in the future. So whenever you have sine of x times cos of x, we can use this. Okay, and looking at this here, if you combine this with this, remember I've asked you to memorize this many times in the past. So if you combine this with this, then it will give you these two. Okay, then it will give you these two. So so write the whole thing down. So get a piece of paper. When you're learning this, get a piece of paper, write the whole thing down, so you always have it in front of you. So get a piece of paper, write this whole thing down, and also write this thing down. Okay, so hang on. So get a piece of paper, write this whole thing down. So from here, we will get to here. Looking at this, this gives us a way of breaking up sine of x times cos of x. This gives us a way of breaking up these two. Okay. Now this combined with this will give us these two. Okay. So these two will be these two here, this and this would be very useful. So let me give you an example. So remember, get a piece of paper, copy this down, and copy this down. Okay. So now I'm going to give you an example. Now I'm just going to bombard you with lots of examples. So hopefully over time you will get an idea of what's going on. So if you're asked to integrate this, this is really a simple case, because here you've got one block multiplying with another block. So so when you look at this, so when you're asked to integrate this, you're really looking for something that when you differentiate it, it will give you this whole thing here. Well, looking at this, your guess should be sine to the power of 8 of x here. So when you try and differentiate this, it will give you 8 sine to the power of 7 of x, and then you've got to times with the derivative of sine of x. It's you using the chain rule. So that would then be cos of x. You see, this block here is nice and convenient, because well, this block here, this cos of x here, is a derivative of sine. Well, this block here makes it a lot easier to integrate. So when you look at this, so for example, hang on, if you have something like this, cos let's say 83 of x multiply with sine of x here. You see, this here is another simple case here, because so here you've got one block. You see, this sine of x here makes it a lot easier for you to integrate. If you have something like this, then it would be a different story. It'd be a lot more complicated. But this here, without this, without the power of 2 here, it would be a lot easier. So anyway, let's try and integrate this. So looking at this, so let u equals this, and then du equals this, and then dx equals this thing here. So if you put u into this block here, so at the moment you've got one block multiplying this block here. Put u into this thing here, and then put this into the dx. Leave this block here intact. Okay, so hang on. So if you put this u into here, it will give you this. It will give you u to the power of 7. Leave this intact. Leave this intact, and then put this into the dx. That will then give you this. So now leaving this intact, you can see that it cancels out with this. Okay, so that will then give you this. Now it's just a matter of simple integration. So that will then take you to this. Remember, we said that u equals we said that u equals sine of x. Now we said that u equals sine of x here. Okay, so now we've got to put it back into here. Then that will then give us this. So overall, the answer would be this. Okay.